I have one important note to share with you that we have to complete the current topic called alkyl halide and aryl halides. After completing what is given in the textbook, we have to spend about a weekday's time to study a small part of it in detail. The small part of it I will give outline now, but the detailed treatment we will do in a weekday's time. And this I will complete today this overall idea in say 10 minutes time, and we will go ahead with the lesson. After completing this lesson, we focus more on this topic called optical isomerism. We will make this after a review of isomerism in the next week. Probably we will be completing this chapter by Wednesday, and for your exam, entire chapter will be there. After Wednesday, that next Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days time we devote for what is called isomerism. No, we are going to spend a little more time because isomerism is an important idea that requires a detailed treatment. That is for advance. Okay, that's the plan. So we have to complete this chapter by Wednesday. And next week you have exam. I think this week you may not have exam. Next week the complete topic called alkyl aryl halides will be included. A good knowledge of this topic will help you to understand the remaining topics of organic chemistry in 12th class portion. Are we very clear in what we are speaking, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Clear.
And I request all the students to try to join in time. Please help me to help you better. Already it is 8, already 8 minutes over. So we need to have a kind of discipline. Well, any compound that has a carbon locked to 4 different groups is said to have chiral carbon. This type of compounds which have only one chiral carbon show an interesting property, the ability to rotate plane polarized light. This is a special type of light which has a property to polarize in only one direction. Ordinary light has ability to polarize in infinite directions. When you pass the ordinary light through a special prism called Nicol prism, the outcoming light is called plane polarized light. The plane polarized light is vibrating in one particular direction only. That light, if you pass through these materials which have chiral carbon, only one chiral carbon, the compounds which have only one chiral carbon can have, let us suppose, either in this form or in this form. Well, what is the difference between form 1 and 2? 2 is the mirror image of 1. And this pair of compounds, definitely they have same melting point. If you try to boil, both of them will boil together. They make only one fraction. Like if you take water and alcohol and boil, you get 2 parts. One is water vapor, the other one is alcohol vapor. Like you are getting 2 fractions. Suppose you mix water, alcohol and petrol and heat it, you get 3 fractions. But if you take a mixture of 1 and 2 and boil, you get only 1 fraction. They have same melting point, same boiling point, similar chemical properties. Then in what way they are different? One will rotate plane polarized light clockwise direction. And the compound which is like its mirror image, rotate plane polarized light in the anti-clockwise direction. We represent this as small d isomer. It is small l isomer. D means that which rotate the light in the clockwise direction, dextro. L means that which rotate in the anti-clockwise direction, levo. These are Latin terms. Extro, levo. Well, only in this property they differ, or is there any variation in the property? It is an interesting observation. If you have a lock, if you have a key, this particular key can open this lock. Now, if you make a key which is like a mirror image of this, can this key open this lock? What do you think?
Yes, sir. Can.
You have a right leg and a right foot, and you have left foot. Now, can you take the shoe of right hand to fit in left hand?
No, sir.
Why no? In fact, the shoe of right leg is like mirror image of that of left. Unfortunately, you can't. Similarly, if the key is like object, it can open the key lock, but its mirror image key cannot open the lock, even if you try. It means in our human body, there are about 3,000 enzymes. They bind with reacting molecules and give the products which our body requires. They are biological catalysts called enzymes. Our body enzymes can take certain types of molecules which are having ability to rotate light in, say, left-hand direction. That is, I can say those which can rotate in the left-hand direction, L isomers. If I feed my body with the D isomer of the same material, our body cannot digest. It will come in shit, unreacted. It means physiological activity has certain specific requirement. The physiological reactions happening in our body have some particular requirement of a particular orientation to reacting molecules. We call it as stereospecificity. So a particular type of optical isomers are taken by our body and their mirror images are rejected. In fact, when you are taking glucose, on that it is written as dextrose. Have you seen the name dextrose? Have you heard the name?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Only that dextrose which can rotate plane polarized light clockwise is taken by our body, not by its counterpart. It means the optically active molecules have some significance. What is the optically active molecule? That which can rotate plane polarized light either in clockwise direction or in anti-clockwise direction. A pair of compounds which have object and image relationship are called enantiomers. They are a type of stereoisomers. An enantiomer pair has object and image relation. They differ in the direction they rotate plane polarized light. They also differ in physiological activity in living organisms. But they have same melting point, same boiling point, similar chemical reactions. The enantiomerism is shown by all compounds which have only one chiral carbon. But if a compound has two chiral carbons, this is a compound that has two chiral carbons. You can see yourself. Can you see that this carbon is locked to 4 different groups, OH, H, COOH, and of course, all groups linked to this are different. It is chiral. And even this carbon is chiral because even this is linked to 4 different groups, OH, COOH, H, and of course, this part. So the compound which has 2 chiral carbons may or may not be optically active. For example, I can represent a compound like this. Here I write the carbon in the junction, and this is called Fischer projection. A projection is something where you try to represent something in 3 dimensions on a 2-dimensional board. Really, the molecule is 3D, but you are trying to put it on 2D plane. In the Fischer projection, the center implies carbons. And now this is COOH, this is COOH. The 2 groups which are writing here horizontally are the groups which are going away from you. If I write a molecule like this, sir, these carbons are having 4 different groups. This is also having 4 different groups. And this compound is called tartaric acid commonly. It is there in your tamarind juice, that is sambar contains this. It is a very important compound. This tartaric acid is available in 3 different forms. In this form of tartaric acid, where you are writing like this, if you cut here, do you get 2 equal parts?
Yes, sir.
Then this is optically inactive called mesotartaric acid. When you write tartaric acid like this, it is another form of tartaric acid. The second part of the molecule is not mirror image of first part. It is optically active. It is available either in the D form or in the L form. Therefore, this tartaric acid, which has 2 chiral carbons, has 3 different forms. One is called meso form, one is D form, one is L form. So a particular molecule may have several optical isomers. Out of several optical isomers, pair of compounds which have object and image relation are called enantiomers. Enantiomers. Compounds which don't have object and image relationship. For example, this compound, which is optically inactive, though it has 2 chiral carbons, and this form, which is optically active, and this form, here I write OH, H, OH. If you look at 2 and 3, 3 is the mirror image of 2. Can you see it really? Hello? Otherwise, I try to write again. I think if it is not clear. HOH. HOH. Let us use black color to make our picture very clear.
Sir, one doubt, sir. Sir,
Wait.
yes, sir.
Observe 1, 2, and 3. Definitely 1 and 2 are not having object and image relation. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. No,
Definitely one can be cut into 2 equal parts at its center. So it is optically inactive called meso, though it has 2 chiral carbons. Whereas this second fellow cannot be cut into two equal parts, even third fellow. And moreover, if I carefully look at the second fellow and third fellow has object and image relation. This pair is called enantiomers. And this is called meso compound. All these compounds have same formula like C4, H6O6. Can you see it really?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Notice all the compounds have same formula. All the compounds have same COH, same COH. Carbon is linked to HOH, carbon is linked to HOH. There is no difference in the bonding. Only there is a difference in the arrangement of groups around carbon in space. These are all stereoisomers. Compound 2 and 3, which have object and image relation, are enantiomers. Compound 1 and 2, which don't have object and image relationship, they are called diastereomers. Diastereomers are a pair of compounds which have same formula, but they don't have object and image relationship. So tartaric acid has total how many isomers? Means 3. Meso compound 1, D compound 1, L compound 1. Can I call 2 and 3 as diastereomers? No. They have object and image relationship. They are enantiomers. Can I call 1 and 3 as diastereomers? Yes. Diastereomers cannot be superimposed. If you take compound 1 and put on compound 2 is not fully covered. If a compound cannot fully cover other compound, then they are said to be non-superimposable. Even enantiomers are non-superimposable. And meso compound and the D compound, they are called diastereomers. Diastereomers have different chemical properties, different physical properties, different boiling points. But enantiomers have same chemical properties, same physical properties, same melting point, but they differ in the direction in which they rotate and polysaccharide. So I introduce you the idea of meso compounds and enantiomers. Notice that all compounds which have only one chiral carbon are essentially optically active. They exist as D and L isomers. Those which have 2 or more chiral carbons may or may not be optically active. If they are optically inactive, it means they have a plane which cuts them into equal parts. They have plane of symmetry. Such compounds which have more than one chiral carbon but still optically inactive because they have a plane of symmetry, because our part of the molecule is cancelling the optical activity of remaining of part. They are called meso compounds. They don't show optical activity because one part of the molecule will cancel the optical activity of other part. It is called internal compensation. So meso compound is optically inactive, though it has more than one chiral carbon. Here I give a pause. Now your doubts.
Sir, for optical activity, we need non-superimposable images, sir. That thing
No. For optical activity, you should have a compound that has chiral carbon. One chiral carbon, at least.
Yes, sir.
A pair of compounds which are non-superimposable, which have object and image relationship, which have same melting boiling points, same chemical properties, but differ in the direction of rotation of plane polarizer light, are called enantiomers. If a compound which has more than one chiral carbon, if it is not showing any optical activity, it is called meso. It is supposed to have a plane of symmetry. That's it. Are we clean on this?
Clear, sir.
How many chiral carbons this molecule has?
Only one.
This is a chiral carbon because this is equal to one side methyl group, one side Cl, one side hydrogen, one side to the cyclic system like this. So it is a chiral carbon. Agree? This is a chiral carbon because it is linked to one side methyl group, one side a ring system like this, one side a ring system like this, one side a ring system like this. So definitely this is a chiral carbon. Yes. And if I look at this carbon, let us say, this is linked to one side a group like this, one side a ring system which is going on like this, another side a ring system which is going on like this, and a hydrogen. So definitely this is a chiral carbon. So how many chiral carbons it has? Hello?
3.
Now what about this carbon? This is a hydrogen, a ring system like this side, a ring system like this side, a ring system like this side. Even this is different. How many chiral carbons it has? 1, 2, 3, 4. Can you see it clearly, sir? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Once in IIT Advanced asked a question. They gave a molecule called cholesterol. You want to see how cholesterol looks like? Hello?
Yes, sir.
You are seeing my screen? Cholesterol molecule, number of chiral carbons. Oh, this is a research paper. We don't have to see this. This is the structure of the molecule called high cholesterol. Can you see it has 4 rings? And it has a carbon chain. Total 26 carbons it has. Total, how many chiral carbons they have pointed out? How many it has, sir? Hello? Hello?
For counting, sir.
8, sir.
Total it has 8 chiral carbons. Can you see? In bond line structures, they don't show hydrogen. You should understand there is hydrogen wherever. Can you see? Hello? Let us do one thing. This is a question that appeared in IIT Advanced once. They gave a structure like this. Yeah, they gave this structure. No, here they have shown answer. I want to show you a structure without answer. Yes. A bit slow. Yeah, this is the structure. This is IIT question asked. Can you see that? They gave options, of course, 7, 8, 9, 5. They gave this type of structure. You should carefully see how many chiral carbons are there, and you should identify the carbon which has OH, also has a hydrogen. One side it has a ring that contains a CH3 and a long chain. Another side it has a chain that has double bond. Notice that the carbon which is locked to OH is chiral. Also the carbon which is locked to CH3 is chiral. Like that you have to carefully study and you will see that it has 8 chiral carbons. Let us see what answer they give.
Sir, carbon attached to OH has only 3 different groups, no, sir? OH.
Please hear this explanation.
Yes.
Sir, not hearing, sir.
Now what you are saying, sir, the carbon which is having OH is chiral, because one side ring system is different, the other side. It is having OH, one side a different type of attachments, other side a different type of attachments, and a hydrogen. No, we have no time. Sir, advanced means they ask a bit tricky questions, and you need not have to answer all the questions. Out of set 20 questions, generally, people will answer 3-4 questions, 5-6 questions. Don't worry that you are not answering all the questions. As many as possible, you try to answer, but they give questions which need thinking. You understand? And you see, one time in IIT Advanced, All India top score was some 20 marks. You understand? So don't worry about all that. Just let us try to understand this idea. Somebody says the carbon which is locked to OH. Here it has a ring system that continued like this, like this. Here it has a ring system that has a different setup. So this side is different from this side. And this is already OH. There is hydrogen. Notice if I look at this carbon, it is having 4 different groups. It is different from this. This is different from this. This is different from this. So definitely it is chiral. Can we see it, sir? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You should have patience really. Yeah, yet advance is not really difficult. It requires a bit patience. Anybody saying? Okay. So that's it. So now we are talking about the alkyl halides undergo what type of reaction, sir?
So nucleophilic substitution.
Yes, in this nucleophilic substitution, there are 2 types, SN1, SN2. If the speed of the reaction is directly proportional to only concentration of alkyl halide, then that is SN1. If the rate of the reaction is directly proportional to concentration of alkyl halide as well as on the concentration of reagent, say NaOH, or whatever is the nucleophile, then this is called SN2. This reaction proceeds in 2 steps. This proceeds in only 1 step. The SN1 reaction, first step is formation of carbocation. First step is formation of carbocation. Why carbocation forms? Carbocation forms because first RX bond will break to give R plus and X minus. That is first step. Unless the ex completely breaks and take divorce, unless the existing husband gives a divorce, the lady is not going to marry somebody. It has some principle. And now once this lady is ready, she can be attacked by her would-be husband or whomsoever from the front door or from back door, makes no difference. Incoming nucleophile can come from either side. And naturally, polar protic solvent, which will help this formation of carbocation, which will stabilize the carbocation, support SN1 reaction. Generally, this SN1 reaction is observed for tertiary alkyl halides because there is no space for the boyfriend to attack unless the existing husband takes divorce. That problem is called steric hindrance. Will not permit the attack of incoming nucleophile unless existing X minus gives. That is the problem. So the order of reactivity of SN1, tertiary alkyl halide is greater than secondary alkyl halide, which is greater than primary alkyl halide. Or anywhere where the carbocation is stabilized. If I have benzyl chloride, though it is a primary alkyl halide, once it breaks the CX bond, I get benzyl carbocation. The benzyl carbocation is having something interesting. Plus charge, single bond, double bond, single bond, double bond, single bond, double bond. Anything that has this type of conjugated double bond system, the positive ion or negative ion is stabilized by resonance. It means the plus charge is distributed in the entire molecule. Therefore, benzyl chloride prefers SN1 because SN1 involves formation of carbocation and carbocation is stabilized here. Similarly, if I have allyl halide, if it makes a carbocation due to loss of Cl minus, again it has positive charge, single bond, double bond. It is having conjugation. It can have a resonance like this. Due to this possibility of resonance, plus charge is distributed, it got stability. So wherever there is a possibility of stabilization of carbocation due to resonance or whatever, the SN1 reaction is prevalent. However, if you take a primary alkyl halide, say CH3CF, there is a lot of space because hydrogen atoms are very small. So there is an existing husband, boyfriend can happily come from back door because she is able to entertain. There is space. Notice in this case, primary alkyl halide prefers to undergo a reaction where the carbon, while breaking the bond with the existing husband, trying to make a new bond with a new boyfriend. Both are happening at the same time. You don't have any carbocation. You got a transition state, very unstable state, tension state, because if everybody knows there will be big problem. And in this transition state, which is very unstable, urgently it will become product. Notice, this happens in only one step. This fellow is going, this fellow is coming. So this type of reaction, which is observed in the order, primary alkyl halide more readily undergoes than secondary alkyl halide, than tertiary alkyl halide. This is the order of reactivity of SN2. This type of reaction gives a product. Always a product has opposite configuration to starting material. I would say the product has inverted configuration. Whereas if I go back to SN1 mechanism, because the SN1 mechanism, when I am looking at the incoming nucleophile can attack from front side and back side to the carbocation. I will be getting 50% compound where incoming nucleophile is there in the front side, 50% where incoming nucleophile is in back side. It means if this compound is optically active, 50% is 1D isomer and 50% is L isomer. That you get a pair of enantiomers. 50 and 50 if this is chiral. That mixture of 50%, 50% DL isomers is called racemic mixture. So SN1 mechanism gives racemic mixture. SN2 reaction gives inverted product. So that is a point of difference. As a general rule, whenever there is a double bond directly to which X is linked, now this X will develop a kind of double bond due to resonance. So the compounds where X is directly linked to doubly bonded carbon, that is called vinyl halide, where the X is directly linked to benzene. Due to certain issue like resonance, the CX bond gets a double bond nature. You can see here, the pi electrons are taken by this, it got minus charge. Now it got a double bond X. Due to this resonance, the CX bond, it is difficult to break. It can't break easily. So you can't replace X minus with Y minus. It means vinyl chloride, chlorobenzene never prefer SN reactions. Are we very clear, sir? Why vinyl chloride? Hello, are you there?
Yes, sir. You are there.
So there is a question, why vinyl chloride and chlorobenzene will never prefer SN reaction? Answer, the CX bond has a double bond nature due to resonance that is difficult to break. How many types of SN reactions are there? Broadly two. What are they? SN1, SN2. Who prefer SN1? Tertiary alkyl halide. What solvent is preferable for SN1? Polar protic solvent like water. How many steps are there in SN1? 2. What is the most significant part in SN1 reaction? Formation of carbocation. Can speed of SN1 reaction increase if I increase the concentration of NaOH or nucleophile? No. Why? SN1 rate reaction depends only on alkyl halide. What type of reaction methyl chloride prefers? SN2 mechanism. What is the order of reactivity of SN2? Primary greater than secondary greater than tertiary. What is the nature of product in SN2? If the starting material is chiral, optically active, product has inverted configuration. What is the nature of products in SN1? I get racemic mixture. So today we have covered up to SN1, SN2 mechanisms in detail. Are we very clear about what we are talking?
Yes.
Hello.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Now, I think we have 1 minute time. Do we have?
Sir, no idea, sir.
I doubt. So I want to show you what we have done in the textbook if there is time.